Hi there, I'm Ken Thompson and this is a quick introduction to the YSIM business simulation. Let me quickly go through the context, then we'll jump into the simulation. So in the briefing material, the teams are told that they're the executive leadership team of a global life sciences company, an imaginary company called Agilisto. And Agilisto has three types of products: pharmaceutical products, cosmetical and anti-allergenic products. They operate over 5 geographical markets. So for each of 4 years, the teams are responsible for the operational decisions of the business, particularly sales forecast and production planning. They're also responsible for the organizational health of the business, the channel developments, new and existing product developments. The 10 products the company have are not all yet in the market, and we've got to remember they're dealing in regulated markets as well. And also, it's not just enough to bring a product to market, but it has to be manufacturable to scale. So they've also got to deal with manufacturing innovation. This is the pre-reading material, just jumping through a few slides. One of the features of this simulation is each round of the simulation typically lasts 1 hour and covers 1 year in business time. During that 1 hour, the teams will probably receive between 8 and 10 market updates representing different things that have happened internally in their organization or externally. And this puts the team under pressure. They've got to react to these things and work out what to do about them. And this will test the team's information filtering skills. Because some of this information is terribly important and relevant. Other information seems important but may not be relevant, or there may not be anything you can actually do about it. So that's a little bit of the context. The simulation itself has about 8 hours play in it. We know this because this simulation was originally developed as a custom simulation for a global life sciences company. Then we took out every shred of their data and came up with this imaginary set of 10 products and prices. So you're playing a totally fictitious company. But that 8 hours play, I'm showing you a typical agenda. If you played it all in 1 day, it would be a very intensive 8 hours play. More likely you would play this over 2 days or 3 days or 4 days. Unlike all our other sims, YSIM can be played totally virtually with people playing from home, and all the documents are distributed electronically. So let's quickly look under the covers of the sim. So when you join YSIM, you will see that the simulation has already played 1 round, which we call year 0. So rather helpfully, you've all the data from year 0, which is what the previous management team were doing before you took on the role. So let's look at what you've got inside the sim. So each team logs in with their own distinct login. And first of all, you have a profit and loss account, and year 0 is the previous year. We see this company has done revenue of nearly 74 million and a healthy profit margin of 25% on that. And if you mouse over the different aspects, you can see, for example, the revenue had to be discounted by some costs related to stock out charges. So you get a year 0 revenue picture, and you're playing the simulation for the next 4 years of the business. So the second screen you've got, which is really a results screen, is your product analysis screen. And this is terribly important. This shows you your 10 products and how you did in the previous year with these products. The little delivery symbol means it's an externally sourced product. The rest are internally manufactured. And the little forbidden symbol means it's not yet available in all the regions in which you operate. And you can do some really clever analysis on the previous year. That will be very helpful for you, because you have key fields like units sold, average sales price, price cost ratio, sales revenue, product contribution as a number and as a percentage, market share, product vitality, which is a measure of how healthy the business is, the product is a competitive product, and the potential growth taken into account the different markets. And if you look at the little symbol down at the bottom right, here you have the ability to do a really powerful scatter analysis. For example, I could, at one axis, I can plot the sales revenue, plot any of the 10 things, and the other axis I can plot the product contribution. So let me just plot the product contribution. So there you can see, for example, Hygienian, one of your products, is very, very high on sales revenue and very, very high on product contribution as well. So part of this sim is doing quite a lot of strategic thinking of how best to achieve the results each year in the business. You won't be just trying to do 10% more of everything. You'll have to be a lot cleverer in that. The second tool we give you is then a regional analysis tool, and this is year 0, so this is what the previous team did. And for each of the products, it analyzes 3 things in each region. It analyzes, first of all, the forecast units. That's what you put in your sales forecast. Secondly, it shows the ordered units. That's what you actually manage to sell. And often you will not be able to sell everything in your forecast, or sometimes you'll actually sell more than your forecast, depending on how well you're organized. And the third thing is your delivered units. So let's look, for example, at Lucchese in Southeast Asia. We see forecast units 227, ordered units 227, ordered units 192. So basically, in that case, we've left that region and that region's customers short by about 35 products. There's issues around that. First of all, we don't earn revenue if we don't deliver, and we may have to pay customer penalties. So that's the analysis you're going to be doing between each round. Well, what about the decisions you've got to make? So let's look at the decisions. The first set of decisions, it's a classic sales forecast. You have your 10 products, one screen for each product, and one screen for each region, and your 10 products, for example. So we're looking at EMEA, and we've got our previous year's sales forecast helpfully put in there, and we've also got information that says, for example, one of the products is not available in EMEA, and 2 of the products aren't available in EMEA. So there's work to be done there, either in product development or regulation, to make those products become available. And one of the really nice things of the sim is we give you a little calculator inside the sales planning tool. So if I said this year's sales forecast, I think I want to do 10% more than I did the previous year, I just do that and it calculates that for me. So really nice little tool within the Salesforce. You can do sales forecast, you can do your calculations as well. So you've got a screen there for each of the 5 regions with the previous year's sales forecast put in each time to help you. Then when you've made your new sales forecast, you go into production planning. And this aggregates your products together across all the regions, because in production you don't really care where the product's going. So it's saying, for example, Lucchese, we've forecast in total 4,052. We hold no stock at the minute, and then we have to put in a production forecast. How much do we need the factory to produce? And our capacity is on site. We've 15 kilotons in the first year capacity. That capacity can change as you acquire more capacity or things happen in the simulation. Also, if you mouse over each product, it will tell you your maximum stock figure. If you go above your maximum stock figure, you're going to have to buy in storage facilities. That's going to cost you money. And also remember, these are organic products. So each product has a yield. For example, this product has a 97% yield. So you have to order a little bit more to accommodate the yield. And the yield is always an estimate. It's only going to be accurate, this number, within plus or minus 2%. So you have to take into account that not everything is totally certain in this kind of production business. So you do your production planning, and as you add it up, it's letting you know how you're doing against your capacity. And remember, for externally sourced products, it doesn't use your capacity, so that's one of the benefits of externally sourced products. And during the simulation, you may get a chance to bring products in-house or actually put them ex-house as well. The final set of decisions is your investment decisions, and this is where you make the more strategic decisions about your business. You have a budget that must add up to 100%, and you need to spend it first of all in organizational health, for example, and these spending decisions will actually be influenced by the market updates you receive in each year. And you see there the totals accumulating as you go. So I'm spending 10% on people development. I'm going to spend maybe 30% on IT, and these are just made up numbers. Then we've got our channels, and that's how we sell product in the different channels. The products are grouped into segments: pharma, cosmetics, and anti-allergenic, and there will be various challenges happening in your channels, which might mean you might need to make investments here. Then below the line, the bottom half of the screen, is investment in product development, which is bringing new products to market, or if they're already in market, making sure all regulatory issues are addressed. And if they're already addressed, then it's making sure the product vitality is developed. So you get a chance to make investments here. And also, it's not enough, as I said, just to bring a product to market. It must be available in the market, but also it must be able to be manufactured at scale. And you see there, I've spent 100% of my budget, all added up to 100%. It won't let you get past this screen if it doesn't add up to 100%. Then when you've done all that, you hit the submit button, processes your decisions, and you will then see your new profit and loss for your first year of running the business. You can see I haven't done terribly well. I've let the team down in terms of what they did before. And you have your product analysis, and you have your regional analysis, which probably isn't very pretty. You can see I've all sorts of things where my orders are less than my sales, and my deliveries are less than my orders because I didn't get my production control right. So that's a very quick overview of the YSIM business simulation, where you run a global life sciences company with 10 products operating over 5 regions in regulated markets.